Welcome you all. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about how to determine coefficient of permeability of soil. As we discussed in our previous lecture about Darcy's law, the proportional coefficient in Darcy's law is undoubtedly coefficient of permeability, which is a very utmost important engineering property of a soil. Now, in this class, we are going to concentrate on how to determine coefficient of permeability of soil. Here, actually, we have direct methods and indirect methods. In this lecture, we are going to concentrate on direct methods, and moreover, we are concentrating much on laboratory methods. That means these tests we used to conduct in laboratory in order to determine the coefficient of permeability of soil. Here, you see soils, it's a very broad word. We have two kinds of soils based on grain constant head method. So for this, actually, I have explained in one video, that is determination of water permeability of soil using constant and falling head method. Then exclusive video I have already uploaded, so where you can go get the maximum information. But I can tell you here, here the size of the cylindrical mold, which is here you see the diameter is 4 inch, the height is 5 inch. We use it to compact the soil, or we use it to we use it to take the soil in such a way that it meets the required density, or sometimes it may be, if it is a compacted soil, it will be compacted to the respective MDD and OMC. So now you can see here the mold. Now let me show you the setup here. This is the constant head permeameter setup. This is the water reservoir. So a pipe is connected to reservoir. One can see now. Here you see the water is allowed now through soil sample, and whatever the water which is flow, because we are discussing permeability. Permeability means passage of water through soil. Here we can say in a simple way. So here we see the water is passed through soil sample. Now it is whatever the water which is passed out from the soil sample is collected in a graduated jar. So now from this we can able to measure the volume. And the thing is, during experiment, we use it to collect the amount of water passed through soil sample within the elapsed time. So here the time and water collected, the amount of water collected, both are the observations we are maintaining, and very important. So this is the outlet. Here you see, now I am showing now it's the constant head. This is constant head. One can see during our laboratory we got 142 centimeter the constant head during our laboratory work. So right from the bottom of the soil sample to the water level. So this is the constant head. Now let us discuss now. Here you see the same thing. I would like to show you once again a simple setup. This is the constant head permeameter. Soil sample here. You are sending water, and whatever the water which is passed through the soil is collected in the jar. So within the stipulated time. So here you see. Let me call back the Darcy's law. According to Darcy's law, velocity of flow is directly proportional to I. Now proportional constant is K. This K is actually is of our interest now, coefficient of permeability. Now discharge is undoubtedly Q is equal to area into velocity. Here K Ki from Darcy's law. Now you see Kia. I is the hydraulic gradient. Here in this situation, I hydraulic gradient is equal to difference of head. In fact, we have only one head, H by L. So L is the length of the soil sample. Now K is equal to, because my interest is to determine coefficient of permeability of soil. Don't forget what we are doing. We are conducting a laboratory test to determine the coefficient of permeability of soil. In fact, here we are using gravel or sand, because right now we are bothered about coarse grained soil. That's why we are busy with conducting constant head method. So this is the time which is measured using stopwatch. So I got discharge volume by time. So now K is equal to QL by AH. Here Q, the amount of water collected by time. Now L is the length of the soil sample. A, cross-sectional area of soil sample. If it is a cylindrical sample, don't hesitate. Cross-sectional area of soil sample is A is equal to pi by 4 d square. Pi by 4 d square. Let me show you one example problem for the benefit of all. So let me present you one example problem. Here you see, calculate the coefficient of permeability of a soil sample 6 centimeter in height, 50 centimeters square in cross-sectional area. Thank God the area is directly given. No need to apply pi by 4 d square also. Is directly given capital A. If quantity of water collected is 430 ml within the 10 minutes time, under the effective constant head of 40 centimeter. Here you see H is given, capital H is given, capital A is given, and very interesting to know, height of the sample is given. In fact, it is length of the soil sample. If it is a cylindrical mold, height is become length here. So now the thing is, amount of water collected, volume, time is known. So discharge is equal to volume by time. Here you see 430 cc, ml is cc. 10 minutes, I just converted into seconds. So 0.716 centimeter cube per second. This is discharge. So as I got this discharge, now I'm busy with substituting in K. K is equal to QL, 0.716 into length is given, 6 centimeter, capital A, cross-sectional area of soil sample, 50 into a effective head is given constant head is 40 centimeter. Now let us cancel centimeter. Now centimeter square, centimeter cube. So very interesting to see. I am getting answer in centimeter per second. Let me tell you, coefficient of permeability having equivalent units of velocity. So because it's very interesting to know V is equal to Ki, Darcy's law. So here hydraulic gradient, it is H by L. It doesn't have any units. Now, so somebody is very much anxious to know the units of the permeability. It is having equivalent units of velocity. So no need to surprise. Here the permeability is in centimeter per second, just like velocity. That I would like to emphasize. So now this is about how to conduct constant head permeameter test, and also how to determine. Our objective is very clear. Our aim is to determine coefficient of the soil, and I just now I presented one numerical example on how to determine coefficient of permeability using constant head method. Now it is very good to discuss. Now it is the right time. I have shown some in our material. I have shown some mathematical numerical examples to understand the concept. So you just solve these example problems, you will get maximum knowledge. But the content is by and large same. Whatever I am discussing, at the end you see K is equal to QL by AH, because I am determining coefficient of permeability using constant head method. No need surprise. So you can solve n number of problems. Now it is the time to discuss falling head method. So I already mentioned falling head method is suitable for fine grained soil, because where you cannot maintain the head will be dropped. Here you see I have initial head and I have final head. H1, H2. Now the head is falling from H1 to H2. So now you see here no need to collect the whatever the water coming out from soil sample. In fact, once water is passing through soil sample, here if it is a fine grained soil, there is a likely chance of head to fall. So this very interesting. This is the pipe actually one can see, which is attached to the inlet of the soil sample. This pipe is called stand pipe. In fact, this pipe is standing here. That's why it is called stand pipe. You might be remembered during our experiment in our laboratory. You might be observed we have selected 20 mm diameter stand pipe. So please, all of you look that previous video. So you are also attended in the laboratory and you have seen that the diameter of the stand pipe is 20 mm. Now you see, I will apply just a continuity equation. So amount of water entering into the soil sample is equal to amount of water coming out from soil. So okay, now you see, this is the initial head, H1. Now the head is falling. Am I correct? So now the head is falling to H2. So this is the stand pipe. This is the A. Why I'm trying to say A? This is the cross-sectional area of stand pipe. So small a is meant for stand pipe, but don't worry. I will tell you, this is the soil sample for this capital A. Capital A is cross-sectional area, don't get confused, of soil sample. Now let me tell you, so these are the notations. H1 is the initial head. H2 is the final head. Now water is entering now through stand pipe. The water is entering. Now let me apply continuity equation now. So here you see water is entering, the head is dropping. In fact, you see why I'm writing minus DH. Someone can make the head is falling. Head is falling. So that's why I'm writing minus ADH is equal to QDT. That's the amount of water coming out, amount of water entering, amount of water coming out. So this is continuity equation. Everyone knows that continuity equation. Q1 is equal to Q2. So now, so water is entering. Let me explain you. Here you see, water is entering through soil sample with this standpipe. So once water is entering, there is a drop in head that I am trying to call DH. In between H1 to H2, I am taking a small strip DH. So once the head is falling, DH within a time of DT. So I have considered small DT, DH. Now let me see, let me show you the amount of water entering, A into DH, you know, volume. Volume means here, area into head. Here you see discharge, volume by time into time, then it became volume. Volume is equal to volume. So now let us see now what is Darcy's law. Without Darcy's, it's very difficult to imagine this entire permeability chapter. Okay. So the credit goes to Darcy's. So V is equal to Ki. Now let us discuss now without further ado, what is discharge now? Discharge is equal to area into velocity. So capital A into Ki. Now let me substitute minus A into DH. Now KIA dt. So now minus ADH. So KI, we all know what is I. It is very interesting to know what is I. H by L. As you know, what do you mean by L? L is the length of the soil sample. H is the head. Now let me rearrange this equation. Let me show you once again. Now here you see this is what we have done. Minus is indicating head is falling. Minus ADH is equal to QDT. But this time you see I want to replace discharge with KIA. KIA. This is what actually we have done in constant also. Now the equation is K into H by L, A into DT. So let us rearrange this equation now by AL dt. So this is very interesting to see now. Now I will apply integration. The head is falling from H1 to H2. Am I correct? H1 is greater than H2. Now the time is also going to be changed T1 to T2. So I'm going to integrate now, so that now you see everyone knows that this is the story of integration. Integral 1 by x dx. Integral 1 by x dx log x. So now let me write now. Here you see integral dh by h. It becomes log to the base e h. Now I have h1 to h2 is equal to minus Ka by Al T1 minus T2. But I don't want to write T1 minus T2. Now I want to write as T2 minus T1. So now you see log E H1 minus, then I apply the boundaries, log E H2. Now this is equal to A by Al. As we know, as we discussed, I'm going to change this because time has changed. T2 is greater than T1. Now I can avoid minus. I said goodbye to minus. So now you see, now I'm getting log M minus log N. What will be the log M minus log N? So now no doubt it is log M minus log M is log M by log M by N. Log M by N. So because log M minus log N is equal to log M by N is equal to Ka by Al. T2 minus T is T. T2 minus T is T. Now let us proceed now. What we are going to get, because what is my objective? My objective is to determine coefficient of permeability. So here you see I have some difficulty in writing because it's not that much easy to write. So let me tell you now, here you see, let me show you now how to write K is equal to K is equal to now AL by AT. Now it is good to see now log to the base E H1 by H2. Probably you are there in our laboratory. We have determined coefficient of permeability by using this formula 2.303 AL by AT log 10 H1 by H2. So what is H1? Somebody is very much interested to know what is H1. H1 is initial head. H1 is initial head. What is H2? Final head. What is T? Time taken per head to fall, from H1 to H2. As you know, H1 is greater than H2. And it is good to know, very interesting, T2 is greater than T1. That's why we said goodbye to minus. So here 2.303, don't forget, because 1 by log E gives 2.303. This I can highlight 1 by, because you see log M to the base N is, everyone knows log M by log N. Just now we experienced that in calculation also. So it's a simple calculation. So final answer one can see now. K is equal to 2.303 AL by AT log 10 H1 by H2, where K is, no doubt, where K is coefficient of permeability of soil. What is small a? What is small a? It's good to discuss. Small a is cross-sectional area of standpipe. What about capital A? Undoubtedly, capital A is the cross-sectional area of soil sample. In fact, here it is pi by 4 b square. The diameter of the mold in this particular experiment we are using is 10 centimeter dia. So that is the diameter of the soil sample. Here, length of the sample, which is actually, in fact, it is 5 inches, which gives a value 12.7 centimeter. As you know, 1 inch is 2.54 centimeter. Question now, it is very interesting question regarding how to determine permeability of soil. This is the question. Now, the falling head permeability test was conducted on a soil sample. Here you see, as given, whatever is given, we have to respect. The diameter is 4 centimeter, but in fact, in laboratory, we have used 10 centimeter dia. The length is 18 centimeter. They have taken a small sample, but in our case, here you see only 4 centimeter dia is showing. Okay, whatever the questionnaire is given, we will respect it. Now you see 4 centimeter dia, and now height is 18 centimeter length. The head fell from here you see 1 meter to 0.4 meter in 20 minutes. If the cross-sectional area of the standpipe, small a is given 1 centimeter square, determine the coefficient of permeability of the soil. I know you see this is K is equal to 2.303 AL by AT, small a, capital L by capital A, small t, log 10 H1 by H2. Now K, I want to determine 2.303, small a is given 1 centimeter square. Now here you see capital L is given, length of the soil sample. Let me write here capital L. Now I have here you see diameter is 4. It is given now pi by 4 square. I'm saying goodbye to centimeter square now. I'm getting centimeter, but I'm not happy with this minutes. So because time is given in minutes, so I can convert now, because everyone knows that 1 minute is 60 seconds. So I can come 20 into 60. So log 10 H1 by H2. Here you see initial head is 1 meter, final head is 0.4 meter. So no worry here, because you see both are in same units, 1 meter by 0.4 meter, both meter is going to be cancelled. Log to the base 10, because I am multiplying with 2.303, then I don't care about anything. So then I will take ordinary logarithm 1 by 0.4. Now I'm getting answer ultimately in centimeter per second, which is 1.0.